I'm Joe, and I'm not sure how much longer I'll continue being a human being. You see, I'm slowly turning into a gorilla. It sounds insane, and even impossible, and I know most of you will think that this is a made-up story. But it's happening to me, and I'm still not sure if it's a curse or a blessing. Ever since I was a small child, I've been obsessed with gorillas. I absolutely love them, and I feel a deep connection to them. Perhaps they're my spirit animal. I would visit the zoo often and completely ignore all other animals. I had no interest in them. Ever since my mom took me there for the first time, I was fascinated. Mom couldn't convince me to move until the zoo closed for the day. When I was old enough, I began going there every single day. I'd sit in front of the gorillas, wishing I could jump over the fence and spend time with them. I had to accept that it was impossible, and I would have been kicked out immediately. Honestly, I wasn't afraid they would harm them. It felt like they would instead receive me with open arms. I ate lunch there, looking at the gorillas for hours at a time. It almost felt like they were calling to me, begging me to join them. I couldn't, though. I was a human being, and I had to live among other people, which made me so sad. As I grew up, I began having these reoccurring dreams about traveling to the jungle and getting rid of all my clothes and all my possessions and simply join a group of gorillas. I was so happy in my dreams, and I hated waking up to reality. My bedroom was covered in pictures and posters of these beautiful animals, and I spent so much time researching about them. I can tell you so much about gorillas: their habitat, their behavior, the way they pick a partner, how they raise their babies. To me, there isn't any other animal as noble as gorillas, and I get so upset when I think about how hunters hurt them in the wilderness. I joined an NGO that protects their rights, and of course, as you may imagine, my favorite movie of all time is King Kong. So far, I was only obsessed with gorillas. Little did I know that soon I would be turning into one. And I have no clue why or how it's happening. It all started on a normal morning. Nothing seemed wrong at first. I had dreamt about gorillas as I always did, and was awakened by my alarm clock. I slowly dragged myself out of bed, walked toward the bathroom, and when I looked into the mirror to clean my face, I didn't see my reflection there. I saw the head of a gorilla. Of course, I completely freaked out. I touched my face, and much to my surprise, I did have hair all over my cheeks, nose, and chin. I did have the nose of a gorilla and the mouth of one as well. I immediately disrobed and checked the rest of my body. Everything else was normal. Everything but my head. I ran downstairs yelling at my mom that something was wrong. At first, she thought it was just a prank and told me to take off the mask. I told her it wasn't a costume and that something was wrong with me. She didn't believe me and pulled at my face. It hurt so much. She kept trying until she finally realized it was real. Mom almost fainted. She couldn't understand what was going on. We considered calling the doctor, but we were afraid what he would do when he saw me. What if he called the authorities and I was taken away to be examined? We decided to keep it a secret for the time being. That meant not going to school and trying to figure out how this all had happened. I was worried, of course, but also excited. My mom, on the other hand, was terrified. A few days went by, and instead of getting better, it only got worse and worse, and my legs began bending naturally. It was getting harder and harder to stand upright like I used to. My hands were getting larger as well. I made my mom swear she wouldn't tell a soul, or I'd run away from home, and so she kept it between us, trying to find a solution. I don't think that there's anything she'll be able to do to stop this from happening. At night, when Mom sleeps, I sneak out and go into the zoo, climbing the big fence. It's so easy now, I feel so athletic and strong. I play with the gorillas and feel so happy around them. They always receive me into their groups as if I was one of them. Honestly, I'm not sure what'll happen next. Perhaps I'll end up turning completely into a gorilla and stop being a human altogether. Perhaps I'll wake up one day feeling normal and going back to being just another teenage boy. Who knows? The truth is, I'm having too much fun to worry about it. I would really miss my mom if I had to go live at the zoo, but at the same time, I never really felt like I fit in with the real world. I don't imagine getting a job and having a boring life. I would much rather spend my time playing with my fellow gorilla friends and having the time of my life. Thanks for watching. If you could turn into any animal in the world, what would it be? Leave a comment and tell us about it. And don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel.